Mark. Mark.
Yep.
Mike.
I know, I was just flicking through there and the Premier started talking. He speaks to me directly these days, you see.
Thank you, councillors. We are back on live stream to now put our recommendations for those two in-camera projects. Councillor Rotino.
Mr Mayor, it gives me pleasure to move a motion that Council accepts the tender submitted by Brooker Builders Proprietary Limited for contract 2019-1382 Lucknow Recreation Reserve change rooms. The upgrade for the contract amount of $1,857,207.99 exclusive of GST. That too notes that in awarding contract 2019-1382, the project relies on funds from the draft 2020-21 Capital Works budget that is yet to be adopted by Council. Therefore, in approving the contract, Council is committing funds from a forward budget that would mean that these funds would not be available for reallocation to other projects. 3, authorises signing and sealing of the contracts in the form proposed. And 4, resolves that this report, its attachments and appendices and all discussions in relation to this matter remain confidential.
Happy to second it.
So Councillor Peltz has seconded this. What's happened now, Councillor Ellis? Did I miss you again?
No, it's just one of those funny things. It's one of the weaknesses we've got with this system. When we're on remote, we get missed. So, and it's not me only, it's my other colleagues who are on remote.
I had done it before you actually put your hand up, Dick. No offence.
No, I'm not. It's just one of the things I'm just noting, that's all. Doesn't matter.
Well, it does. We just need to get it right. So apologies. Okay, so Councillor Rotino.
Yeah, I'd just like to say this is a great project, Mr Mayor, and it's a final piece of the puzzle for that Lucknow Recreation Reserve. Thank you.
Very good.
Councillor Peltz.
I'd just like to say I'm recognising the competitiveness of local contractors and think it's really great and that they've all been within a good milestone of each other. It's been a really heavily endorsed or fine-combed process with regards to the people weighting it all and having a good look at what the actual proposal is. So it's pleasing to see this going to a local contractor, and I think what goes around comes around and should stay within our community, particularly in regards to some of the other things that are happening in and about our community after the bushfires. I can't actually say there's a lot of support for local contractors. So thank you. It's great to see this staying within our community.
Thank you, Councillor Peltz. Councillor Ellis, seeing as you missed your opportunity before, sorry about that.
That's not a problem, Mr Mayor. I'm quite happy to support this project. It's one of a series of upgrades for our community services and sporting facilities, and I commend it to Council. Thank you.
Just also in my defence, the recommendation was up across your screen at the time, and that blocked everybody's faces to me. So my apologies. Yeah. And then suddenly it was gone, and I missed you. But,
doesn't matter, Mr Mayor. I'm not worried.
I'll be ready next time. So if there's no more discussion, we'll put this to the vote. All those in favour? Thank you, councillors. That's unanimous. Yay. 7.2. That's a variation to the contract on landfill environmental monitoring service. So, Councillor Toohey, do you like to read out the recommendation, please?
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I would like to recommend that Council approves a variation to Con 1287 awarded to SMEC Australia Proprietary Limited of up to $57,650 excluding GST per annum for the remainder of the contract life, which is 2 years, to meet additional EPA environmental monitoring requirements. And 2 notes that the reason for this variation is to meet new environmental monitoring requirements requested by the EPA, and 3 resolves that this report, all attachments, appendices and all discussions in relation to this matter remain confidential.
Thank you, Councillor Toohey. Now that's been taken away from the screen, so I can see all the councillors online again. So, Councillor Ellis, would you wish to maybe second this? You're on mute now.
Happy to second it, Mr Mayor.
Wow, we're nearly there. We're nearly there. All right, thank you. Would you do you wish to speak?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Anyone else? Oh, Councillor Peltz, yes.
I'd just like to say this doesn't surprise me that EPA regulations have changed and they need to be adhered to. I'd just like to state having to address these landfills and some of the legacies that come with it. It's always a changing environment, so I do see this as being something that we have to address. But again, I'd just like to point out that EPA is actually forcing this legacy upon us, so apologies to the ratepayer, but it's something we have to do.
Thank you, Councillor Peltz. Yeah, Councillor Toohey.
And just to add to that, this does really highlight the importance of what our team is doing with our new tips and how we go about building those tips and maintaining those tips into the future. Critically important. So this is just part of the issue that we have with our legacy landfills. Thank you.
Thanks, Councillor Toohey. But just to inform you, they call them landfills. We don't use that term anymore.
Noted.
Thank you. All right, councillors. All those in favour? Thank you. That's unanimous. So those who are listening in and those officers who are also online, that brings this meeting to a close at 4:16 p.m. and thank you everybody for your cooperation in what's been a reasonably difficult meeting at times, but we got there in the finish. These electronic glitches are just put there to test us, so thank you.